Okay, we're back. Okay, I think we are live now. Nice. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's continue with the environment. So I'm building this sci-fi industrial environment and just adding a bunch of detail. Let's see what else can we add to this. Be nice to get some cables. To add here. Maybe something like this. That's kind of cool. Or that's a little bit too much, but the cool thing about these ones is that they have these connectors. No, it doesn't make sense to rotate them like that. That's a lot of cables. Okay, I have different ones, okay. gonna change some of them here so it doesn't look super repetitive. That's a little nicer. Then I have these ones. Okay, that goes around the corner. Okay, I see. Let me see if I can hide it a little bit here. Now let's add some kind of box. Might be too small. Something like this. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah. Something like this. And yeah, let me bring the other lights I have. These are very empty. Definitely need to add more detail there. something like this. Definitely need to adjust them. Okay, that makes the whole room very bright. Let's see if we can bring some of these lights off. Okay. Hey, thank you. Let's see. Definitely need to make most of these lights very little darker. Yeah, I have too many lights. Maybe maybe deleting some of them. Could be better. I do want the ceiling to look. Hey, how's it going, Ian? I do want to see the ceiling a little bit. And I think that they might be too bright. The issue is that there are a blueprint, so don't want to modify it inside the blueprint. Kind of want to It looks like most of them I probably don't need to. Yeah, I think the right thing to do probably is to just light the scene with these ones, so it actually makes more sense. It's a little bit too bright. Kind of lost that mysterious vibe that I had going on. be nice. Probably make the emissive a little bit less bright. Okay, yeah, let's just add a bunch of detail to the floor. Could probably make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, also I got some very cool cables that I want to place in the floor. Yeah, I really want to see how much I can add. Just to get rid of this hard edge. It's funny because I don't really know where this rubble it's coming from. So it will be nice to make it a little smaller, just like debris. But it's okay for now, just to place it. Then I can make it a little smaller. Could probably add a couple of those. I want something here in the center. Something here in the center because it feels very empty. Very strange. Let's see, what can I add there? Well, we could probably make some of these. Add some of those like that. Gonna move them a little bit so they don't look all the same. But it would be nice to add something different. These are very nice for the walls. Just add a bunch of detail. Okay, maybe I could add like these kind of boxes. Yeah, I need to chip off the edges of the concrete. That will definitely add a lot. And I need some other kind of cables. Some other kind of cable. Those are very nice. Yeah, I think those. Oh, modular hanging cables. Let's see. Oh, what? Okay, those are a little bit crazy. Those are very nice. I think these ones, they're a little bit too big. 0.1. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, a little bit crazy. Those are very nice. Let's go with the longer ones. Oh, I have these other ones. Oh, these are huge. Okay, kind of need to readjust the scale and bake it a little. Those are a little longer. Okay, so yeah, let's go with these ones. Okay, let's see if we can add some textures to this. gonna place this here for now. Those could definitely look very nice. Okay. Let's get some rusty metal. We could, since we have so many material like this, maybe could use this one here. Okay, for the cables. For the cables, I might have another material. Maybe wire. It is a trim sheet, so definitely probably not a good idea. Pretty sure I had cable material, but whatever. Maybe in my other project. Basically, that's it. Little less rough. I mean, less shiny. Not totally black. Okay, something like that. What is this texture here? Let's see. Not sure if that's stylable. Okay, I'm getting some some of that. I think I need another multiply. No, that's not what I needed. It was a... just to multiply it by 2, so it repeats a little bit more. Okay, yeah, whatever. Just, yeah, a little pixelated. Maybe let's go 4. Okay, 8. Let's keep it 4, just so we can actually see the grain. Yeah, whatever. Nice. Okay, cool. Tell me this is 50 units, because that will be amazing if we can actually snap it here. If not, we can just scale it a little until it matches that. Yeah, I think it will look very nice if I can match it there. Almost there. This has these things here. Not quite there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the pivot point is not in a great place, but we can adjust that. Okay, something like that. Okay. Yeah, it would be very nice to match this inside 100 units or 50 units, so we can snap very nicely. Oh, they have different. Oh, no, this is not not gonna work very nicely here. I do like the scale a lot. They add a lot of detail. We can add some support. That doesn't really need to. Maybe some pipes underneath. Let's see, do they connect? Almost. Okay, let's say they're connected. Yeah. Kind of. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I really like how much detail they add. Let's add more of them. Yeah, the new Unreal Engine has a different UI. Not a lot. Some small changes. Here, for example, they kind of flip this from left to right. All the snapping options kind of like they change a little bit here. The color palette and some other stuff. But nothing too crazy. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I really like these things in the ground. They definitely add a lot of detail. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna add more cables. Always nice. A little bit here. I'm mostly making an environment. but I do have a template um, using the Unreal Engine. No, how do you call it? The RPG engine, which is a kind of like a survival shooter template, but mostly focusing on making a cool environment. I want to see how much can I push it, like visually. Kind of like aiming for the Forever Winter kind of like amount of detail. Or also, I really like Warhammer 40k, definitely. I was playing yesterday, I was like, oh my god, this game has so much detail. I can't believe that this runs so well. So yeah, that's kind of like the main goal of the project. Wanna see how much can I add, so I can make it run. Yeah, it's running around 30 to 40 frames per second, but yeah, I'm not sure that I will be able to make it run at 60, but at least 30. I think that's a lot of rubble here. I want to make it smaller. Yeah, at least 30 frames per second will be nice. Also, I think the enemies, they really take a lot of performance. There's something I'm not doing right with the enemies. I'm not sure if they're textures or something. Maybe I have too many spawned at the same time. Kinda need to have trigger boxes so they appear. Yeah, this weapon is a little bit too overpowered. Yeah, this is kind of like a block out area that I started to set dress a little bit. There's supposed to be a roof, but I took it off for now. Yeah, there's a lot of marketplace assets, kind of like a lot of free stuff that I've been collecting. I love the fans moving, that's my favorite thing. Yeah, it's funny because sometimes I get frame drops and sometimes I don't. I'm not sure what's the deal. Oh, and there's a lot of other rooms, kind of like linear. I wanna make this kind of like big desert. I had some very cool desert mountains and everything, but now I'm focusing on this area, trying to make like a kind of like interior level. So this is kind of like the thing, and it kind of like ends here, but I want to make it so you can go to the top, to the roof, and yeah, I have a bunch of very cool props. When it comes to the landscape, I wanna use errand landscapes to make the desert look very nice. I worked on the landscape before on another version of the project. yeah, definitely. There's a lot of tricks for optimization. I think the material complexity now, like for example for this concrete, it's a layered material, so I think this is not so good for performance. kind of need to bake that into a single layer, stuff like that. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things to take in consideration, but it's getting way better with nanite and megalites and all these things. Um, it's becoming a little easier to deal with very complex scenes. Um, what else can I add here? Hey, Wicked, how's it going? I'm making this kind of like ventilation room. Kind of want to add more of this. Uh, I love these fans. Probably I added a lot of them, but yeah, it would be nice to have them like also on the walls. I think that would be cool. Yeah, kind of need to add more stuff here. So it's not so empty in the center. Maybe more of these. More of this stuff. That'll be nice. Yeah, I found this this grill. It was part of this asset, so I broke it into pieces, and I really like this piece. It really adds a lot. It would be nice to actually make space so you can actually go underneath this area and see the enemies above. Little rooms like that, little areas like that will be nice. I mean, I do want to make something. I do want to make something like interesting, so I can like put it on as a demo and play with friends and stuff. Because it's a multiplayer template, so it's that's very cool. But yeah, the thing is that definitely yeah, it's a lot of work to make like the enemies and like everything kind of like behave like you would like to. So I'm kind of like aiming for I'm kind of aiming for like some kind of like exploration game, like something very kind of programming, like, you know, simple in the aspect of so something that is easy to code, you know, like even though I'm using a template, like I don't really wanna complicate myself too much. Yeah, the good thing is that the developer of the template, like, he's super helpful. So it will be nice to, you know, just get get him to help me if I want to integrate something specific. Yeah, I heard he's working on the building. He wants to integrate a building system, so that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I'm using world partition. So most of these things disappear at the distance. Hopefully that helps. I also might break the level into small pieces. Like if I go F8, things kind of like start disappearing. At the distance. Since this is like very clustered together, it kind of like doesn't it doesn't help much because everything's too close. I do wanna make it bigger. For example, like I wanna have like a big desert outside. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, this project has been through many different versions. I have here I was playing with the Errand Landscapes plugin, so I did some stuff here. Yeah, Errand Landscapes is super performance performant. So like for big landscapes, you can add like a lot of detail. I really like how it looks. Instead of having meshes, you can just have the landscape itself. Add a lot of detail. So maybe once I finish this area, like this industrial area, I might yeah, that's kind of like the interesting part of the project. I want to see if I can make it run. But in the worst case scenario, I think I might have it be like a level instance where you go through the door and you load the level instance. Yeah, Arc, it's super nice. Still loading, okay. Yeah, let's add more pipes. Yeah, I really want to add like a bunch of detail. Yeah, that's kind of like the main goal of the whole project. Wanna make a very nice map and make it run at least 30. should probably group this thing together. Yeah, definitely, definitely. It could run at higher frame rates. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that is making it slower. Okay, oops. It does run better when you build it, absolutely. Yeah, that's another thing to take in consideration. It's nice to build as often as possible because it does run way better and it loads way faster. No, definitely not. Unreal is not a drag and drop. No, no, no. There's a lot of black magic behind it for sure. Which is also kind of nice, to know that you need to have some understanding of what's going on. It's not like I know exactly what's going on, but definitely. Yeah, I was trying to do some renders using the city sample, the one they Epic used in the Matrix demo, and I was having these glitches on the windows, and I couldn't fix it. I looked everywhere and I couldn't find how to fix it. I was having like some kind of like a camera distance issue where the camera got far away, and then you have this lumen effect where light kind of like kind of populates. So I couldn't get around that issue. Yeah, if you know C++, absolutely. Yeah, they do change a lot of stuff. For example, for the character locomotion, the state machine, I was having this bug where the character kind of like was tweaking its pelvis, and the IK retargeter got changed, and like a bunch of stuff. And thankfully, the developer of the template I'm using, like, he found out that there was an option that was called experimental state machine, and we needed to just turn it off. SM5, I'm not sure what renderer are I'm using, to be honest. Everything's on default for now. Hey Bruno, no, this is a map I'm building. Most of the assets that you see are assets that I've been collecting from the free assets that Epic Games gives away. So I'm just putting them together, kind of like a Lego. let's see. Static mesh. Yeah, probably SM6. Oh. How do you get these filter buttons? Yeah, I'm sorry. The camera, it's yeah, I bought a new camera, but it's taking forever to come. This one, it's meant to be a little bit farther away, but I tend to get very close to the screen. I kind of need to place it somewhere farther away. I need to I need to set that up. In your content bottom sheet. Oh, these filters? Okay, so to get the filters you go here in these 3 lines, and then here you can choose these filters, or you can go to all filters, and there's a bunch of stuff. I usually have it set to static mesh, skeletal, level, material instance, not using any level. That's kind of nice too when you are using the modeling tools to kind of like delete a bunch of stuff that you don't need anymore. Oof, we got a super heavy frame drop. It's probably because the other scene. Oh, it's still opening? Okay. Wow, takes forever. Yeah, that level, that filter stuff, it's super awesome. There's also a lot of stuff you can add here in the outliner. I forgot where it was, but it also kind of like separates things. Yeah, I'm adding a lot of rubble, and that doesn't really make sense unless we actually have some destroyed things. But I do wanna kind of like add a bunch of debris and stuff in the ground. When you select, for example, a ground tile and that's in a folder, that opens in the outliner. Yeah, well, it's kind of useful when you click stuff and it kind of like shows there, and then you go Control B and you can browse to that asset and you see all the family of assets. Not sure if that's what you are referring to. Okay, we have a bunch of empty space here. It's kind of funny, like I'm just looking for stuff to add in the wall. Those are kind of nice. Really like these ones. They're probably not meant to be used like this, but kind of they add a lot of detail. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. It happens all the time. Misclicking on assets and stuff. Okay, for here, I think I'm gonna get these ones. Not exactly sure what these are. Some kind of vents. Maybe this could be different. I am interested in game dev, but you know, as an artist, kind of like more interested in the visual aspect of things. Um, yeah, I'm really interested in optimization, like, and I wanna see if I can, come up with a very detailed level. That's kind of like what got me very, very interested right now. Yeah, the modeling tools are super awesome. Yeah, I was working on this modular piece right here. I probably need to send it to ZBrush so I can close all the gaps, just to get this kind of like nice broken effect. I want the walls to have that. I think it snaps to 100. It's a little bit too big, but also don't want to make it too small, because then it's not noticeable. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to game dev, like I would like to make this like some kind of like I mean, I don't want to call it a walking simulator, but like something that I can play with a couple of friends, like make a... Oh, I have my other project open. Oh, that's why. Oops. Oh, still opening, okay. Wow, why is it taking so long to open? Yeah, I just wanted to show the desert that I wanna like put in this scene. To achieve that broken effect, you basically use booleans. So I had this kind of like mega scan that I was putting on the ground, like this kind of like debris or like, and then you kind of like put it on the edge and boolean. Just do booleans and you extract those, kind of like you chip off kind of like the edges. No, but the first thing I realized when moving to Unreal 5.6 is the experimental state machine. It was bugging the character out, so it took some time to find out where that was. Let's see if I can show you a video. Okay, right here. Yeah, this thing. Oh no, that's not the video. Sorry. Those are some drones. Yeah, this tweaking motion, it was crazy, like, and that's new to 5.6. There's this experimental state machine that you need to turn off. If not, you get like this kind of like weird stuff happening with the gasp animation sample. Yeah, that was kind of funny. Yeah, this was kind of like the original map, but for some reason the virtual textures broke. That's strange. They look dark in here, huh? Yep. Oh, okay. Now it worked. Okay, okay. That's strange. So yeah, this is how it looks from the outside. This is how I wanted it to look. There's like this huge bridge, and then I started with the block out and stuff. But yeah, I want this to be like a huge desert. It's not that huge, but also I got like a whole town. Yeah, that's yeah. This is not the original environment. I had like a bunch of palm trees and very nice vegetation and stuff. It's just that I've been switching from version to version and just like experimenting a lot with it. But the layout is there. I kind of like bring it over to the other one. Yeah, that's a good question. But yeah, this is how I wanted to. That's how I wanted to look. So, there's also some super cool like sulfur lakes and stuff. So yeah, it would be super cool like to go around and explore and have some like huge mechs that kind of like attack you, and you need to like infiltrate into this energy facility and kind of like some kind of like exploration game with simple quests and stuff. I mean, I have most of the systems already there, but still it's a lot of work to put all that together. And this is the original one, the Sci Wars. I had like a swamp environment and a desert together. Let's see if I can open up that one. That's the ultra dynamic weather. Yeah, definitely. Keep it small. That's the best you can do, for sure. It's kind of hard to keep it small. This is some other stuff I was building for the swamp environment. There's this toad that this is a 3D scan. A 3D scan toad that kind of like basically rigged and put into 2 feet, bake the textures. That's so crazy. And then I added like idle animation, some letterbacks. That's a cool character. Let's see, do I still have this? Not sure what. I think it's probably this one. This comes from a 3D scan, so the toad was on kind of like, its natural position, but I kind of like bent it into like T-pose and then rigged that and made it into a soldier toad. Yeah, that's a cool character. When I use for the swamp. Yeah, here I diluted myself a little bit. Definitely just want to focus on the desert. Which is gonna be like very empty. It's gonna be very empty. I'm gonna have like a couple of areas of interest, but the desert is gonna be mainly just rocks and mountains and stuff like that, dunes. So I'm not so worried about the size. Like the size that I showed, I think that's pretty good. I tested it. Might have some caves. I do have some very cool caves. Yeah, this map is gonna take forever to load. But yeah, now the goal is to finish this area, this kind of like industrial building here. Wanna see if I can bring this to a polished level of detail. Make a build and think about like the ammo and stuff. Now I have like this super crazy gun that I just added like infinite ammo to, but I wanna make it so I have like ammo boxes and wanna think about how often they're gonna spawn and how much damage that's going to do, and that's kind of like the actual kind of hard part of things. Requires a lot of testing and just playing around. Можна мені зробити тарілку?
А ти не мог підняти руку?
Ма, і зараз не. Zaraz zakończy i sim Yakumo. So yeah, that's the goal right now. Yeah, I'm just very impressed with like the Forever Winter amount of detail. I'm like, wow, I really want something like that. I want to see how far can I push it. Visually, I know it's gonna I'm gonna run into a lot of problems because of adding so much stuff. And it's funny because, like, the player is just gonna run through this area like super fast. But I really like how this is looking. Yeah, is it gonna crash? It's okay, yeah, let's just leave it there because that map is too much. And I started messing with data layers and level instances, and I messed it up with the world partition layers and stuff. Like I did something there and the whole thing just became too heavy. I do wanna add something here. I think those are nice. Дякуємо.
Що буде мало, щось серед.
Дуже добре, так, прекрасно.
Там є налисники, можна з варенням, сметаною.
Окей, дякуємо. Yeah, I think that's the perfect prop to just get in there. Perfect. Now I just gonna rotate it. Oh, the pivot point is not in the center. Okay, let's just make a copy of this. Change it there. It's gonna mess up the whole thing. But I do want to rotate them, so let's just center it. Yep, bloop. Maybe. No, I can still just push all these other ones a little bit. Nice. Now I can rotate them a little bit. Then I can probably just merge this into another asset. Why is there light in there? Oh, that's super strange. Getting light from somewhere. This one looks totally out of place. Okay, so let's merge these. Can give it a little bit of. Then here I kind of want to remove the collision and add a simplified box collision, and also let's just bake this. Let's bake the scale only, and it will be also nice to rename it. I actually have a couple of assets that I need to rename. So yeah, let's just do it now. Let's find the original, get that name. And let's add it here. Let's call it barrels. I don't know, maybe 3. Set dressing. Let's put that into the set dressing folder. I do have a one named like that. Which I have them. Some of them I do have it. I have them repeated. Okay. I'm gonna clean those redirectors. Yeah, it's okay. Now I can push it into the folder, set dressing. Also, I would like to push this one into that folder, and also this one. Those are kind of very nice assets that kind of like broke apart, but I can use them differently. Yeah. let's call it SM grill or something like that. I don't know. And this one, let's call it baggies or something. Yeah, something like that. That will make it a little easier to find. I can always just browse it from what I have. Nice. So here I can now close those gaps that were a little bit strange. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's just close that gap. It starts looking a little bit repetitive. I should have probably make variations of this, so not all of them are totally full. That makes more sense. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it looks too repetitive. Hey, I just saw your message. So if you're starting with Unreal, Unreal Sensei has like this beginner class. It's like a series of tutorials. And kind of like goes kind of like shows the interface and like the basics, kind of like I think it's a good way to start. There's also the official Unreal Engine course that is a paid course. Maybe if you feel more comfortable in the future, you can take that one. But basically in YouTube there's a lot of tutorials to start. That's the good thing about learning Unreal nowadays. There's a lot of information. Okay, well, it's been an hour 40. Oh, just a little bit. Ah, we got some progress. Kinda need to go have dinner because it's getting colder. Yeah, this this gun is too powerful. Need to make it a little bit softer. Those fake doors always make the space look way bigger. Yeah, this level is it's like a tunnel basically, just like very linear. But there's a lot of possibilities to make some cool. Wow, I did put a lot of stuff in this area. Yeah, I'm gonna make variations of these things. Another thing I wanna like learn how to do is, for example, like I wanna shoot that light right there, and I want the light to break and kind of like swing, and I want to kind of like shoot this thing right here, and wanna make it like release some smoke or something. I want to make the environment interactable as much as possible. That will be very, very nice. Like the electric boxes, maybe like they can, you know, like after shooting them, they can release some kind of like electricity, some sparks. That'll be nice. It takes forever to get up the ladder, like that's funny. Yeah, that ladder definitely does not go well with this. I need to make it like yellow. Yeah, it takes too long, like that animation. Oh, now it's going into the other side. Yeah, I remember that ladder being a little bit buggy. I think it does look a little darker on the other monitor. A little bit darker. But I think I still need to tweak the lights for sure. Also, there's swimming in this template, so that will be awesome to have some swimming areas. Yeah, it takes too long to go up. I do have some very cool sparks. I think I'm gonna add some sparks to the electricity. For example, like shooting that tank right there and making it like explode or release some kind of smoke so the enemies can't see you like that. That would be super awesome. Probably not that hard to make. Yeah, this is supposed to have a roof, but I kind of moved it. Yeah, it would be nice to cut into this ground and make this an underground kind of like some kind of like sewer or something, so you can walk around there. Those little things. Here I'm using 2 different catwalks, that doesn't really fit too well. Wow, but it looks crazy. Nice, nice. Oh, I'm getting some messages here in the other chat. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. For some reason my chat is not working properly. I had like all all my chat on this other. It kind of reminds me of a train like Snowpiercer. Yeah, the gasp animation sample, yeah, it does require a lot of small animations. Whatever prop I can throw in the floor to kind of like break a little bit. The texture. I also need to use more decals. I do have some very cool decals. That's kind of greenish, but this one, do I have? Okay, the green one, yes. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. Hopefully the other week I will have more free time, so I can make longer streams and push this. Oof, wanna see if I can really polish this area. That'll be very nice. But it's looking pretty interesting so far. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.